Good day folks, Jim here from FX Charts. It is Tuesday the 19th of March. Well, it's been a pretty quiet start to the week. On Monday the US dollar's been under some mild downside pressure as caution over the economy and expectations for an accommodative Fed on Wednesday at the FOMC meeting has kept the dollar rather on the back foot. And the DXY, the dollar index, is slightly low. It's at 96.5, but not doing a great deal. Commodity stocks and bonds have all been quiet as well, and I suspect we may be in for a similar session today. Just waiting for the FOMC meeting. The major data due out in the coming session. We've got the RBA minutes coming up fairly shortly. Later on we've got the ZEW coming out of Germany, of the EU, and of course we've also got UK employment data, but there's very little coming out of the States, which leads me to think we're probably in for another fairly range-bound session. If we just have a quick look at the trend table, you can see that as with yesterday there's a fair bit of blue on the heat map, so I suspect really overall we're going to be within a range against most products. The dollar yen may be turning a little bit lower, but it's not doing a lot. I'll show you a chart of that in a minute. The one thing I still like is oil. That appears to be heading higher. It did reach that 50% level that we spoke about yesterday. I'll show you a chart of that in a second. And obviously Kiwi may be forming a little bit of a base above 103. So that's really all that there is to look at the moment. Let's go have a look at the charts. The euro here is quite interesting. This is just an hourly chart of the euro. We are holding this trend line at the moment, and if we continue to do so, I think we can possibly start to move higher towards this level here is the 100 and the 55-day moving averages, where they've combined at about 113.65, and a break of that could see us back up here at sort of 114.20. And beyond there, although I don't suspect today, the 200-day moving average is up here at sort of 114.90. So we have to wait and see on that one, but I'm not looking for anything too major today. On the downside for the euro, if it were to break this trend line, there's nearby support at the 100 moving average. Our moving average is at 113, just above 113. And then again just below here 112.85 or so. So I don't think we're going down there, and once again pretty much as with yesterday, look to range trade it. Dollar yen, that is looking a tad heavy, but I don't think it's really going anywhere. It is sitting on trend support, but in the bigger picture we've got where the 100 and the 200 moving average you can't really see because of the FIBO lines, but the dollar yen is sitting right on those. And I suspect really until we get the Fed outcome, that's likely to be the case. The Aussie, once again, pretty range bound. It's sitting at 71. It got up to 71.15. I think we mentioned that level yesterday. We could see it head a little bit higher. Much depends on the RBA minutes, and we've also got one of the RBA governors speaking today. So if we do head higher, then I suspect we could sort of head up to sort of 71.30 area. On the downside, below 70, back below 71, 70 and 3/4 should be a reasonable support for it. Just looking along elsewhere. Okay, this is a 4-hour chart of oil, West Texas, and we reached 59.50, which is hidden behind this the blue line. It is the 50% retracement. Let me have a show you on the dailies of this whole move down from above about 77 down to 42. 50% reached it bang on last night, but it does the momentum does appear to be headed higher. I still like oil, as I said yesterday. I think it's probably the trade of the moment really right now. If we can get above here, and we really need to get above 59.50, then I think we can head on towards the 200-day moving average, which is at 61 3/4 or so. If you're I would be buying dips if you're not already long, and I'd have a stop loss fairly tight below $58. If it goes back down there, breaks back below this neckline, it looks going to look like a false break. So, but in the meantime, I like it. I think oil will head higher. OPEC want OPEC want further cuts, and Russia's heading in the same direction. So momentum seems to be high. The thing that does worry me about the oil price is if we really are going to see a slowing of economic growth, then demand for oil will drop somewhat. So just keep your stops in place in case we do see some soft data which could potentially send it lower. But in the meantime, I think it's heading to the top side. That's really about it today. As I say, it looks like a fairly range bound session, so we won't go into it too deeply, and speak to you again tomorrow. Cheers.